Imagine this. You're suddenly thrown, like, headfirst into a completely fantastical new world. Think flying people, two-headed snakes, even three-tailed foxes running around. Sounds pretty epic, right? An adventure. But here's the kicker. You're not the chosen one. There's no prophecy about you. You're just, well, ordinary.
Yeah, and that's the really electric premise for our deep dive today, something we think you, our listener, will find fascinating. We're diving into the journey of this, seemingly normal guy from Earth. He gets plunged into this world of magic, martial arts, the whole deal. And our source for this is a great YouTube recap of a popular manhwa that's Korean comics or webtoons, for anyone unfamiliar, that really digs into this specific story.
So picture this. He's there with his coworkers after a landslide hits him on Earth. Almost immediately, these powerful beings, sky sages, they just show up. And they start picking out his talented friends, whisking them away. But him and his boss, Director Kim, they get left behind. Apparently nothing special about them. But then, and this is the twist, our guy gets this incredible ability, regression.
Exactly. He can go back in time, relive his life, but crucially, with all the memories and knowledge he's already gained.
It's a wild.
It really is. So our mission today is to unpack that. How does a regular person use this power, this relived experience, and not just once, right, but across multiple lifetimes? How does he navigate this incredibly dangerous world, fix past mistakes, and basically just reshape his whole destiny?
And what does that maybe tell us about power, talent? I mean, can knowledge alone really conquer everything?
It's a big question. Okay, so let's start with life number one. His first run in this new world, it sounds like it was just brutal. 50 years, you said. 50 years of a really tough manual labor.
Yeah, a real grind.
Yeah.
He did try, though, learn the language, used his earth knowledge to invent things like soap, you mentioned. And apparently that was actually a big deal there, pretty valuable. But it wasn't enough, was it?
Not even close. See, this place is a martial world. It's completely cutthroat. He comes up with something new. Someone bigger, stronger just copies it immediately. He keeps getting driven out of business. It's a harsh lesson, Effort isn't always enough when there's no concept of intellectual property, and the competition is just that fierce.
Wow. And while he's just scraping by, his friend, Director Kim, totally different story.
Oh, completely different trajectory. Kim starts with basically nothing like a super cheap martial arts book he found by the roadside. And within 3 months, he's a world-renowned master. It's insane.
3 months. Seriously.
Seriously. Then he just keeps climbing, advanced skills, global fame. While our guy is just stuck, feeling smaller and smaller, more insignificant.
So that first life ends badly.
Very badly. After 50 years, he's just this lonely old man, freezing, waiting to die, just filled with this deep, deep regret, feeling like the world just chewed him up and spat him out no matter what he tried. His last thought was just wishing he'd had more power. He felt totally unequipped.
Okay, but then the regression happens. He wakes up.
Right. And it's instant. The reset is startling. He's back on Earth just before the landslide. Same clothes, coworkers all confused around him. And he knows instantly he's back to day one in the other world, but with 50 years of memories crammed into his head.
That must be overwhelming. The ultimate do-over, but carrying all that baggage.
Exactly. Decades of painful, hard-won experience. And this is where you see the power of it kick in immediately. That scene where he confronts his old boss, Jun Young-hoon, it's really telling.
The nepotism guy. The bully.
That's the one. In life one, June walked all over him. But this time, our guy isn't meek anymore. He remembers everything. 50 years of being stepped on. And he uses, the psychological understanding he's gained, knows how hitting someone below the eye doubles their fear, apparently.
Whoa.
Yeah. He just completely reverses the power dynamic. When June tries to hit him, he reacts, lands these precise blows. He's thinking, I'm never bowing to this guy again. June ends up trembling, begging. He's basically turned his trauma into a tactical advantage.
So the abuse he suffered actually becomes his superpower, in a way. He's weaponizing his past failures.
Precisely. It shifts the whole thing from regret to, a strategic blueprint, which raises a good point for us, doesn't it? How does knowing the rules of this chaotic, violent world let you make strategic choices? Even choices involving personal sacrifice.
Like with that fox, the three-tailed fox.
Exactly. First time around, everyone panicked, screamed, the fox attacked, tore off limbs. Horrible. This time, he knows the danger. But he also knows the wounds heal eventually. So he tells everyone, now, show respect. Then he steps forward, offers his own arm. He even prepped an herb to dull the pain beforehand.
Calculated.
Totally calculated. The fox accepts the offering, grants them safety for 7 days in its territory. It's painful, yeah, but it ensures the group survives because he understood the creature's weird code.
So he's not just reacting anymore, he's actively planning based on what he knows is coming, which he needs to do, because his coworkers are apparently plotting against him.
Oh yeah. He overhears them, planning to use him, discard him, offer him up weekly as a sacrifice to whatever monster shows up next. Awful stuff.
He must want to just lash out.
He considers it, thinks about violence, but he decides against it. Why?
The long game.
The long game. He knows Director Kim is destined to become one of the most powerful fighters. Keeping that relationship intact is way more valuable than getting revenge on these petty colleagues right now. His future knowledge allows for these really controlled, strategic choices, like the two-headed snake thing.
What happened there?
First life, the snake just drained blood from everyone, even armless people.
Oh.
This time, though, an old chief offers his arm first. The snake takes a sip and leaves.
What?
Because the chief's blood tasted disgusting. Alcohol, nicotine, cholesterol. Our guy knew this would happen. It shows how even tiny details from his past life are now critical intel.
He's always thinking ahead, leveraging everything, like taking Jun to get herbs.
Right, including that huge yellow bamboo root. He knows it's super valuable for boosting physical strength, perfect for survival. But he also knows Jun himself will never use that knowledge. It's another subtle power move, keeping valuable info close.
And then the really powerful beings start showing up.
Yeah, the practitioners from the upper world, they call it. They start taking his talented co-workers. One has golden thunder power, another a perfect immortal root, which sounds like some rare innate ability. Another has a secret body. And these beings use these little artifacts like golden pots or rings to just carry people away, off to other realms.
Just keeps escalating. The Sea Dragon King shows up next.
Takes a girl whose magic is tied to rain. And this king explains things a bit. This place they landed in is called the Path of Ascension. It's basically a route to this upper world. And the Gate of Ascension only opens every 1,000 years, drawing in all these powerful entities, which explains all the chaos.
Okay, that makes some sense. And there's one last big encounter in this phase.
Yeah, this ancient, powerful elder riding a kind of mechanical Oni lion, wild imagery. He wants to take this blue-eyed girl who has a strong consciousness presence. He attacks Director Kim, but our protagonist jumps in, saves Kim, but gets his own ribs broken for his trouble.
Ouch.
Yeah. The elder forces the girl to go with him, talks about severing worldly connections. But then, as a sort of weird mercy, he opens a portal and sends our guy and Director Kim to a nearby city.
Which is a huge shift that sets up the next stage, right? His second life, really.
Exactly. He wakes up in Sukkim City, capital of Wangok, a place he remembers from his first life, probably with dread.
Yeah.
But this time, totally different ballgame. He's not just a laborer anymore. He immediately uses that future knowledge to make money fast.
How fast?
Like instantly. Remember that giant yellow bamboo root he got? He sells it for 15 silver ingots.
Which is a lot.
A fortune. More than he ever saw in his entire first 50 years. He uses it to set them up properly. Rents a big mansion, gets new clothes, fake IDs, the works. And crucially, he starts teaching Director Kim the local language right away. Compresses like 2 months of painful learning into super rapid progress. Applied knowledge in action.
Okay, so he's got wealth now. He's got foresight. He's not just surviving, he's thinking bigger. What's the grand strategy this time?
Right, he understands money helps short term, but real power here. It's martial arts.
Yeah.
And he knows he's not the talent in that area. Kim is. So the core strategy is pour resources into Kim, accelerate his development, turn him from a genius into the strongest swordsman, maybe 30 years ahead of schedule.
Leveraging Kim's talent for his own benefit, essentially, his own security.
Exactly. It's smart. He uses his money, his persuasion, gets Kim into the Demon Slayer sect as an external disciple. And Kim's growth is just
Explosive.
seriously 7 months. From zero martial arts background to a first-rate warrior, masters everything the sect teaches, beats all the other disciples.
That's got to raise some eyebrows.
Oh, big time. The sect leaders can't believe it. An outsider advancing that fast. They accuse Kim of being a spy. They actually imprison both him and our protagonist.
But even that doesn't stop Kim.
Nope. In prison, he just keeps practicing, determined to break through to the next level. And he does. In 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah, he hits the peak level, something usually only the sect masters achieve. Energy flowers swirling around him the whole 9 yards. He's a true prodigy.
So how did they get out?
Well, the sect leaders try to destroy his energy core, where the Marshal energy gathers. bad move. Kim, even at this new level, just effortlessly disarms them. Precise strikes, non-lethal, just pure mastery on display. They realize they can't contain him. So they decide to leave, seek training elsewhere at the unorthodox dragon sect.
And they become this power duo.
For the next 7 years, yeah. Kim becomes the undisputed strongest martial artist. He even unifies a bunch of sects into this grand alliance, and our guy is right there beside him the whole time, handling the strategy, the logistics. He's found his niche, you know. Not the fighter, but the brains behind the operation.
Kim even makes a technique just for him, the mountain cutter.
Yeah, tailored to his abilities, which is a nice gesture. But this is where our protagonist really faces his own limits. He practices diligently for a year and only reaches third-rate warrior status.
Which is not great compared to Kim.
Right. And he accepts it. He realizes his talent isn't martial arts. It's medicine. It's strategy. It's a moment of real self-awareness, I think.
Okay, so things seem pretty good. Kim's the top dog. Our guy's his right hand. What happens next?
Well, things get cosmic again. 10 years into this life, Kim achieves this legendary thing called skeletal reconstruction. It's a massive transformation. Makes him look young, handsome again. He feels like he can do anything. Steps down as alliance leader.
Why step down?
Because he found a new challenge. This is the big reveal, 15 years later. So 35 years total in this world now. Our protagonist is 65. Kim comes back, explains he left to fight the true practitioners, the beings like the ones who took their friends.
Oh, right, the upper world guys. How did that go?
He describes fighting one of the weakest ones. And even the weakest was insanely powerful, regenerating limbs, using illusions. And Kim, the absolute pinnacle of martial arts in their world, he only managed to inflict, wait for it, a tiny scratch on the practitioner's finger.
A scratch, that's it.
That's it. And it only counted as a win because of some pre-agreed condition for the duel.
Wow. Okay, so connecting this back, this is the moment, isn't it? The peak of martial arts is nowhere near the true power level.
Exactly. That's the aha moment. Kim literally says he felt like a frog in a well. These practitioners are like natural disasters compared to him. It completely shatters his perspective. Martial arts has a ceiling, and he's hit it hard.
So what does he do? What's the next step when you realize your whole path has a limit?
He has to find a new path. And that path is cultivation.
Cultivation.
Yeah.
Like spiritual practice, growing stronger in a different way.
Sort of, yeah. It's about transcending mortality, often involves cultivating a spiritual root, like an innate spiritual talent, which apparently Kim gained through that skeletal reconstruction thing. So he reveals he's been offered a chance to join that practitioner sect to pursue cultivation properly.
Meaning he has to leave.
Yeah, he's heading off to another planet or realm. But he leaves our protagonist one last thing, a scroll. Instructions on how to potentially achieve cultivation through martial arts, a final gift, maybe a final challenge.
What happens to our protagonist
Yeah.
after Kim leaves? After dedicating his second life to this partnership?
Well, here's the final kicker, the ultimate irony. 50 years into the second life, after all the strategy, the wealth, the power plays, he dies.
How? A battle? Some cosmic entity?
Nope. A simple cold. Just like his first death back on Earth.
Wow. That's anticlimactic, but maybe fitting.
It's something, isn't it? But this time, the feeling is different. There's no regret. Not like the first time. He really lived this life, you know, achieved fame, wealth, helped unite sects, built this legacy with Kim. He was dedicated, focused, but still, there's this lingering sense of emptiness, of powerlessness maybe. Could they have reached the heavens, really? If they'd pushed harder, found cultivation sooner, his body just gave out before he could find out.
Despite all the knowledge, all the regression, he still hit a wall he couldn't overcome physically.
Right. He manipulated time, circumstances, knowledge, achieved incredible things for an ordinary person, became a master strategist. But there was still a ceiling.
So wrapping this up, what does this whole deep dive, this journey across lifetimes, really tell you? About power, talent, destiny? Our guy learned to leverage knowledge, to play the long game, to achieve so much more than seemed possible. But even then, limits, new ceilings.
Yeah, it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? Is true fulfillment really found just by constantly chasing more power, the next level, the higher realm? Or is there maybe a different kind of peak to aim for, something beyond just physical power, maybe outside that constant competition and striving?
It definitely gives you